I momentarily forgot that I had pressed the go live button. How is everyone today? It's Saturday, July 27th. July is almost at an end. Flower is here. Flower says first. You are definitely the first. Right on time. How are you, Flower? What's new? Flower is first, but she won't be here because she needs sleep. That's understandable. Entirely understandable. We're just going to hang out for a while, see what's up, see if anyone shows up. Flower just made an appearance. Sometimes an appearance is just enough, you know? I appreciate you popping in just to say hi. I'm going to give a quick look around YouTube here, see if we have any friends who are live, anyone to support. Nothing new, but I'll update you. I appreciate that. Our friend Laradox is here. I was just thinking about Laradox. How are you, Laradox? What's new with you? How are you feeling? I know you haven't been feeling well lately. $576. Hey, you're getting awful close to that 600. Let's see. Paradox says, Yogi, I have no idea why, but I am growing in subs so fast. Well, you're supporting a lot of people. You know, you go into live streams, you put your stuff out there. How do you feel about your content? You happy with the stuff you're putting out, Laradox? Our friend Jacob's here. Jacob, my friend, how are you? Laradox, he says he's going to hit 600 today. That's absolutely awesome. I know you've wanted it for a while. I'm hoping that our friend Squirrel Sniper's here says, greeting beautiful souls. Squirrel Sniper, how's the carvings going? Our friend Louis is going to probably today hit 1K, hit 1,000. I'd like to see him get a little over 1,000, so you got that safety margin, you know? It's disheartening. You hit 1,000, and then you look again, and you're at 987 because it's not that people actually unsubscribe, but a lot of times they suspend their accounts or whatever. Who knows? Right now, my main thrust for my YouTube channel is sort of twofold. More views. Less concerned about, you know, how many more subscribers I get. I got a healthy number right now, and it's growing on its own without me having to do anything. Score Simple says they're like the books, want a standalone stack of books. They like the books and want a standalone stack of books. What do you mean? It didn't quite make sense, but that's probably more on me than anything else. Send a photo. Okay, awesome. So yeah, subscribers are growing by themselves organically. I'm not really going out and actively, as I was at one time, trying to add subscribers. I think once you reach a certain point, then, you know, critical mass, things just start taking over on their own. So I'm looking for, I'm going to check out a photo from our friend. Now it makes perfect sense. Absolutely awesome. So what Squirrel Sniper was saying, he's carving a stack of books in a log, fallen tree. And it looks absolutely awesome. I hope if you want to see some of his work, go to his community page, Squirrel Sniper. And I hope he'll post this as well. Man, I think I like the books best of all, Sniper. Awesome. Excellent work. Our friend Squirrel Sniper is a man of many, many talents and much knowledge, esoteric and otherwise. You guys are catching me yawning a bit. I'm saying hi to my cat. So yeah, subscribers, or not subscribers, views. So of course, how do you get more views? Of course, for me, seeking to earn an income, at this point, it's all about views. You get more subscribers, you get more views. That makes sense. However, how can you get more views from the subscribers that you have now? I don't necessarily know, other than quality content. Whatever that might mean to you. For me, the quality has little to do with editing because I don't edit. I don't edit a thing. Our friend Eric Lapointe is here. Says hello, Yogi. Eric, how are you? How's your Saturday going? Eric says hey to everyone. So content for me, good content for me, from my point of view, my limited point of view, whatever it's worth, which is nothing to anyone but me, as it should be, is nature from my perspective, no one else's. It's an easy thing to do until I lose track of it, until I lose track of the point. And I start trying to add to nature, you know what I mean? I start trying to superimpose the will and viewpoint of Eric on nature itself, manipulating it. So, you know, my role out in nature and filming anything is least disturbance. Sometimes there's that temptation, man, if this bird flew off right now, it would be an awesome. But if I were to make it fly or dive or whatever I'm filming, do something other than what it's doing, at least doing so intentionally rather than inadvertently, then I'm breaking my concept of least disturbance. I'm interfering with nature, and that doesn't sit right with me. So maybe you get a little less views because it's less dramatic, but you make up for it because you were doing what feels right for you. This is what Buddha called right livelihood. Eric Lapointe says, good so far, I can't complain. Good. Squirrel Sniper says, I reckon 12 books stacked tall will visually look good. I agree. How many, let me look at this once more. How many do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you fit, can you fit 7 more there? I don't know. 5 looks pretty good. Jacob drops the link for Squirrel Sniper. Jacob says, hey, brother Eric Lapointe and brother Sniper. Man, Jacob put in a big workout today. That was awesome to see, Jacob. And then we had Shirtless Saturday with the J and our friend the Burpee Reaper, who, as I mentioned, is at 989. Man, I'd love to see him get that 11 more, actually like 12, 13, even 14 more, just to get over that, that safety mark. The other thing is live streams have been bigger for me than anything else that I do. Surprisingly, as I just sit here and talk, I don't do workout live streams. I've done a few. Our friend Jeremy and Shirley here says, "Hey everyone, how are you guys? Anyone here thinking about going on a cruise? If you're on the fence, if you're thinking about it, but you're like, I don't know, I've never been on a cruise, not sure I want to go on a cruise, bring their morning show up any weekday, Jeremy and Shirley's Cruise Adventure, and they will probably tip you in the direction of, thank you for dropping that, Jacob, much appreciated. They'll tip you in that direction, and not because they're trying, not even because they're trying to. It's not like they're trying to sway you. They just paint such an attractive picture of how much fun. I never thought that I would even consider going on a cruise. It just didn't seem like my thing. I know lots of people who do, particularly Disney cruises, but never until sitting down did I start thinking this might actually be a whole lot of fun. Reminds me I need to visit them sometime and ask if there are specific vegan cruises where everything is laid out. I know I'm almost assured that every cruise nowadays has some kind of vegan menu, but man, a straight up vegan cruise would be pretty awesome. But even if you're not thinking about going on a cruise, if you just want to hang out and have fun, that's the place to do it in the morning. Sometimes I catch them, and then very soon after, Rich Martinez, The Cave, right after that. It's a morning well spent. Our friend Kay is here. Kay says, "Hey, Yogi and Chad. Kay, how are you? How's your Saturday, Kay? Is this going to be a weekend in the garden?" Kay says a vegan cruise would be amazing. Yeah, it would. Someone somewhere has to have one, catering just to vegans or the vegan curious. Of course, if you're vegan curious and you go on a vegan cruise and you decide you're not as curious as you thought you would be, you're kind of out of luck. Sabine is here. Sabine says, "Hi everyone," and Yogi Eric. Sabine, how are you? Kay says, "Yes, sir, in the garden as always." Nice. I took a little trip via YouTube to Home Depot, the Home Depot garden section with Kay. Was yesterday or 2 days ago, Kay? Jacob drops a link for Sabine, and he drops a link for Kay. Awesome. Hopefully, Jacob will drop the link for Jacob. His channel is growing. I think the last I checked, it was at 260 something. And I remember when Jacob was, I think, in the 60s or so. Well deserved. People want to support someone who is just 265, who's kind-hearted. You know what I mean? This is also why Eric LaPointe grew his channel. Because he's a good guy. Because he helped other people. Helping other people grow their channel, and his channel grew proportionally so. Whenever I say proportionally so, of course I think of Peter Parker, Spider-Man, has this proportionate strength of a spider, his size, which is pretty strong. And it always reminds me of our comedian friend, Team, who told me that I reminded him of the Spider-Man that was bitten by the regular spider, which was the funniest roast that I've yet to get. Okay, says absolutely Yogi. Very nice guys. Yeah, they definitely are. Both have helped me tremendously. Jacob helps me pretty much every day, just showing up and kindly dropping links. And Eric Lapointe just happened to show up one day and has never left. Which, I was talking about uh, the next step for me and working with my channel, and that I'm not so much. I gain a fair amount of our friend Queen is here. Queen, how are you? I gain a few subscribers every day, it seems like, just doing the live streams, just talking. Occasionally on the nature shorts, hardly ever on my workout stuff. But I'm happy with it just happening on its own. I'm surprised that I gained subscribers again on the live stream, because it's just some old bald guy sitting here talking about whatever comes up. Literally, whatever comes up. Sometimes it's about yoga. Sometimes it's about, more meditative practices across the field. Sometimes it's about burpees. Nonetheless, no matter what it is I'm talking about, it is still just an old bald guy sitting in his office talking about stuff. Let's see. You all says your spider powers manifest differently and the dewdrop on the web of the Spider-Verse. Man, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You came in at just the right time. That was perfect. Friend Caleb is here. You guys following Kayla? Kayla, just yesterday, again, put in an epic live stream session. My opinion, Kayla Boo is an endurance athlete. There should be, maybe there is, the Olympic of gaming. Olympics of gaming. I don't know how they would judge it, who would win. I don't know anything about it. However, my pick for the Ultimate Gaming Championship, Kayla Boo. Our friend Optimob is here. Timo, my friend, how are you? He also says, how's the day, everyone? My day's pretty good. I mentioned before how my days sort of blend seamlessly across the board. Monday is much the same as Wednesday, which is much the same as Friday, which is much the same as Sunday. Saturdays are different, however. Saturdays, I got to be sneaky in my walks, because this is, and it was for me when I was ultra running, this is running day. This is when people go on their long runs, because it's Saturday. You got all day to do it. Lots of people fishing at the pond, lots of people just hanging out, listening to music, which is awesome for them, but it does not, it does tend to keep the nature stuff away. So I got to be sneaky in my times of getting out. I try to get out a little bit earlier, which is already pretty early. Optimop says fine. So hey, what's on for the weekend, Timo? We got any premieres, any live streams coming up? Brian says slow chat. Brian, how are you? Kay says I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you, Kay. Optimop says added the event Sunday premiere video. It's uploading only over 90 gigabytes of video. That sounds like a lot. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what a gigabyte is. You think maybe I would at this point in my life. I'm not intentionally ignorant on technical things. It's just part of my natural charm. Let's see. Grimsel Pass Road, Switzerland. So we're going to get to see more of the Alps, right? Kayla says hi to Sabine. Kayla says, hope everyone is amazing. Thank you, Kayla. Make sure if you're not subscribed to Kayla, you definitely do. Brian says he's fine. Awesome. Medic says, the question of if a tree falls in the woods, in the forest, and no one is there, doesn't make a sound, is wrong. The question should be, is where is the deaf guy that cut it down? That is a good question. There's a Zen answer for that, Cone, that we can get into sometime, but not right now. Sabine says, hi to Medic. Medic's been putting out, well, he always puts out some awesome stuff, but it seems lately that Medic is, I hate using expressions like at the top of his game, because then you think the other stuff wasn't at the top of his game. Let's say like a new level of excellence over the excellence that was already there. And I'm enjoying the impromptu live streams. Yo says, yeah, if you get out before the hustle and bustle, the connection to nature has less interference. Exactly. My problem right now is I'm in this sort of cross section of time. A month ago, it was perfect. That the sun was coming up at about 5:20, just about a month ago, which meant everyone was still asleep. No one was getting ready for work. Animals were doing one of two things. They were peeking out from their night's sleep, or they were heading to find a place to sleep through the day. So I was always catching something. But now the sun is coming up at 6, just after 6, 6:03. So if I wait to get that light, I get more people. If I don't wait, I film less because the light is poor with my camera. Eventually, I'm getting a new camera with the night vision. The one that I just got didn't work too well. We got some links dropped. We got some people saying hi. Jacob says, hey, Sister K, Sister Sabine, Brother Brian, Brother Optimum, Brother Medic, everyone else. Let's see. Brian says, world is turning and time changes on sunrise. It does. Got to be prepared. I should have thought of this a month ago. Milka did, actually, as she's the one who got me that camera. And I should have been prepared. Our friend Barb is here. Barb, how are you? And how are you feeling? Barb says hi to all. Hugs and blessings to all. Medic says, I think where I live is heaven. No outside interference, just beauty. Yeah, I can see that. You mentioned before that you might be the only one that can go water skiing in his backyard. My area is beautiful as well, but there's definitely some people we got lots of fitness oriented people again, which is awesome, but they're out. I don't understand. I never have running with music, especially in the age of earbuds. You can put them in. Personally, I love the sound of nature. Yale says if you use ultra red light, the night vision cameras work better. That's in the works. Mocha got me one. It wouldn't hold a charge. So sending it back, getting a new one. Might be a week or so. Kayla says, got you up and lurking. Famsky, I appreciate that. Kayla? Squirrel Snapper says the counting of rings of a tree is also not correct, even though we have been taught. For 30 years now, it's known to find 2 rings in a year, depending on seasonal rain in the fall, spring and fall. So has that changed? Is that due to changing climate, or it's always been that way? Brian says I jog sometimes with earbuds in. Milka likes to as well. Barb says slow healing. It is taking longer. 5th time this area has made surgery, much tender bruising. Our friend Mira is here. Mira says, hey, Sir Yogi, and all beautiful people. Brian says, not always, though. Brian, you seem like, to me, you have a deep connection with nature that just you carry with you wherever you go. Especially, I think, water. To just see this natural connection with Brian and water. Like he's a Taoist at heart. Mir says, hey to Brian. Jacob drops a link for Mir. Thank you, Jacob. Squirrel Sniper says, Cosmic ordered swift recovery to Barb. Thank you for that, Squirrel Sniper. Squirrel Sniper says, always that way, Eric. Thank you. Barb says, thank you so much, one and all. You're welcome, my friend. Brian's getting ready to go to work in an hour. Speed says, Barb, sorry to hear that, but you will see it will be better day by day. Big hugs to you, my friend. Thank you, Sabine. Chris is here. Chris Gable says, good morning, Eric. Good morning to everyone here. Thank you, Chris. How are you today? Chris is in Arizona, so it is indeed good morning for him. Chris has probably either already gotten his reps in, or if he's going to work, he's going to get his reps in at work. There's always a place. Here's the one thing I know holds 100% true in the burpee world is Chris Crable will find a place to do his reps, no matter what. Optimov says hi to Chris, as does Mir. Medic says, I leave this running while I go back to my editing. Thank you, Medic. Much appreciated. So, Medic is going back to his editing. That can mean only one thing. We got something epic because it's coming from our friend Medic. Optimob and Medic. And they never disappoint. I always know it's going to be epic. That's like seeing a Burpee Reaper workout. You know it's going to be epic. The other day he put in a 20-minute session, but even a 20-minute session is an epic Burpee Reaper session. This is the same with our friend Jacob. Jacob's becoming a genius at programming. If you look at the stuff that he's doing, how he's mixing modalities, absolutely awesome. And that also reminds me of Chris. Chris says he's doing great. Thank you, Eric. You're welcome, Chris. So definitely connect with Chris. And you're going to see some amazing stuff. Speed says, bye to Medic. See you later in your live. So just a reminder, Optimob's got a premiere. So I think you said tomorrow, right? I've come to expect Sunday premieres from Optimob, which just adds a whole nother extra layer of joy to an already joyful Sunday. Jacob says, hey, Brother Chris, I'm ready for a collab at any time. Man, that would be something to see you guys do it. Because, you know, again, you both mix in all kinds of stuff. Chris is big with pull-ups. and both use kettlebells, so this would be big. Brian says I can't click on those links. Jacob, it made my phone have to restart. Sorry for that, Brian. Let's see. Jacob drops a link to Jace, and Jace is here. There he is. Just says greetings all. Jace, how are you? I have Jace right now up and playing. I am on video 8 on his playlist, charity live stream for mental health awareness. I also have Optimob up from Axel to Thun. This is video 40 of their playlist. This one will take a little bit longer than some because it's an hour and 32 minutes. Here's what I love about having Optimob up, the same with having Mir and others as well. I take a nature break from doing anything at work on my desktop. I have their up on a window and I want to take a break, and I just switch the window on over. And right now I am literally driving on the road with Optimob. The only thing that could be better is if I had Bax with me by my side. And my cat just looked at me and was like, what do you need a dog for? You got 2 cats. She has a good point, except, come on, dogs. You gotta love a dog. Doesn't mean I love my cats less. Let's see, Chris says, I would love to collab with you, Jacob. I'm going to drop my email on your channel. Nice. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Jay said, had some bad news. A school buddy took his own life. Only 50. Left children behind, too. If only he had reached out. I'm sorry to hear that, Jace. It's so hard when we think if only I had reached out. I often think that had they been able to, they would have, but at that point, you're so far down into whatever grief it is that we're experiencing. There's no reaching out. My prayers to you, Jace losing a friend. My prayers to your friend and his family, especially his children. Optimop says, thank you, Eric. You're welcome, my friend. It literally is my pleasure because I get so much out of it. Same with seeing Jace live. I played some Eric LaPointe playlist yesterday. I have Mir up all the time. Mir says, now I want to share a video in Premiere, guys. That would be awesome. Be looking forward to that, Mir. Optimop says, Jace, sorry to read that. We went to the same thing 3 weeks ago. A friend in Germany took his life, 2 kids' wife. We can't understand. Chris says, hey, Jace, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, it simply is beyond our understanding. At 59, and haven't been through similar quite a bit. And nowadays, I think as you get older, it seems more and more often, it's beyond our understanding. And at a certain point, you have to let go of the wish to understand and just let your heart break for these people, for the suffering they leave behind. Understanding that something, so painful. I wish I did understand, but I don't. Let's see. Jay says, Timo, it's why we must be there for others. And you guys do an excellent job of that. Man, I see that as the whole message for Jace's morning workouts is him being there for others in any form that they need. I even saw him sort of reply to that someone uh, somewhat trolling, and him saying, hey, everyone needs to put their stuff out there regardless of what it is. They have the reasons for doing it. Maybe it's helping them in some way, which is a beautiful message from our friend Jace. Jacob drops a channel for the link for Jace. Speed says, Jace, sorry to hear that. We had the same thing happen about 3 weeks ago. We still cannot understand why he never reached out to us. Mira says, Jace, I'm sorry, sorry about that, brother. So I wanted to mention, again, anyone here by any slim chance is not subscribed to the Burpee Reaper, he is at 989 subscribers. So close. Hey, are you guys following along with the Burpees Battlefield? Used to be Burpees with Ram. I think it was Ram Fitness at one time. He's another one who has been putting together some really excellent programming. Programming is a underrated art form. I'm going to share a quick video here with our friend up above, Jeremy and Cheryl, Cruising is Fun Anytime, stopped in. This is Cheryl's channel. This is her video. She has a second channel where she is knitting. I absolutely love watching people knit on their channels. I think what an awesome way of spending time for YouTube and sharing that. Just again, it reminds me of when I was a kid, sitting around the kitchen table, especially at my grandmother's house, when all of the elders, the women, would knit or do crafts. Sometimes they played cards and just discussed family stuff. It was always pretty cool. Gives me a warm feeling to remember. Optimob says, oh, check out what I can do for Burpees Reaper. Awesome. Jacob says, praying for the Jace. Mir says, just a few more today. Done by 1K, sir. That's awesome. Reaper is definitely deserving of the 1K mark. Let me, I'm going to drop the link as well for, hope this works for you guys. With the Burpees Battlefield. Ram. Reaper is now at 990. Mir definitely works his magic. Mir, I really hope you decide to do that premiere for a video. I have yet to learn how to do a premiere. Our friend, the Jay Jordan, suggested it for me over a year ago, saying you can get double watch hours with a premiere. didn't quite make sense to me, uh, how that worked or how to do it. Um, so I never quite got around to doing it. Once again, my technical deficiencies uh, come to surface. Eric Lapointe had mentioned that he was learning. Eric, you were learning how to do premieres from oracles. So, can someone succeed on YouTube with limited technical skills, zero editing, um, a decided lack of charisma and charm and good looks, and just doing nature videos and live streaming? What do you guys think? I should do some sort of poll. Optimop says, sorry, can't help, but did what I can. More than enough, my friend. It's the intent that counts. And you wanted to be helpful for a good friend. That's very much appreciated. Jacob says, check out Mr. Yogi's channel. Love this guy. He's awesome. Thank you for that, Jacob. Jacob drops my link. Here says, I want to just check for 1 hour. Just says, I've just worked it out now. What's that, Jace? Jacob drops the link for Reaper. Oh, Optimob says, not double watch hours, but your audience is watching to the end of the premiere. Okay, that makes sense. Ah, Jace, you're saying you just worked out the, oh, Jace says it's a sense of humor. Yes, it can work. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support and the optimism on my behalf. Optimum says premiere. Okay, now I got it. Mir says, just you asked me to which time I start the premiere. Okay, got it. Speed says, yes, thank you for that. Vote of confidence, much appreciated. And Reaper is at 999, sorry. Speed says, Yogi with the watch hour. Okay, says hello to Jace. So at this point in my YouTube career, I got the watch hours, so I got the full monetization. I've managed to pronounce the word monetization correctly 2 times in a row now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm doing pretty well. I got the subscribers. It's getting the clicks. Sometimes I'll have a short that'll take off and be pretty good for me. It'll hit 4,000, 6,000. Of course, I'd love to get more. I'm partial towards nature videos, nature shorts. I think anyone who puts a nature short out should get 1 million views because they're sharing their section of the universe from their own unique artistic expression. No one else in the world can do it. That's why I love all of it. Everything Optimob puts out, everything Medic puts out, everything Eric Lapointe puts out. But you just never know what's going to catch that algorithm hook. In Tibetan Buddhism, Shempna, 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 and it means hook. In meditation, it's not a great thing, but it happens. In meditation, it's when we're meditating, breath, mantra, metta, loving kindness meditation, and a thought enters, and instead of being watchful of the thought, um, it hooks us, and we are off to the races, and we're thinking about what we're going to have for dinner. We're thinking about what song was it playing at our 8th grade dance when you were certain that you were in love with the girl that you were dancing with and it was going to last forever. Whatever, you're hooked, and then it just keeps escalating until you have that little aha. I'm supposed to be meditating, and you come back. It's a natural process of meditation, and it happens to even people who've been meditating for 30 or 40 years. A little less, you come back faster, but it still happens. So there's got to be a way, Shepna, of hooking that algorithm um, and bringing an audience into it. Sweet says, we will get you there. We do promote you, and it's much appreciated. And it's also why I love supporting you guys. The kindness that everyone in this community has, all of us coming together. So yes, very, very much appreciated. And again, it's why I love sharing you guys out, because you're putting, I hate saying things like we have a responsibility, but we have the, let's use the word dharma. Our purpose, our role is to do what we do. And what we do is we put out beauty into the world. And when you put out a little beauty into the world, that vibratory rate, the vibration of peacefulness, of beauty, of loving kindness, it starts reaching that critical mass. It spreads and it spreads. Represent 992, guys. 8 away. Optima says, check out in the YouTube studio at what time you catch the most people. That's a good thought. That never even occurred to me. Thank you for that, Timo. Much appreciated. So it's not all chance. There might be a method here. Mir says, Optima, you guys asked me timing. You'll come to my premiere. I hope to make it. Rest assured, anything that I miss when it goes live, I will catch later for sure. Jay says, I have a small bid I will like to send you, Eric. I have a rival shirt for you. Awesome. Viral short. Viral short even. Okay, nice. Hey Jace, do you have my email? It's on my channel, but if you don't, it's Eric McCarty with a C, ERIC MCCARTY 65@AOL.com. Don't make fun of the AOL. For someone who truly tries to live the Buddhist and yogic concept of impermanence, I've certainly held on to that for quite some time. Reaper's at 993. He's 7 away, guys. Let's see. Jay says, what socials do you have? I have Facebook and I have Instagram. I don't go on Instagram all that often, but I fairly often on Facebook, especially Facebook Messenger. So yeah, Eric McCarty in Maryland. You'll recognize me. I'm the bald guy. Let's see. UL says that Christ consciousness makes a fisherman of the people hook, line, and sinker, rod and reel. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cuban Crisis is here. Peace. Cuban hung out with us this morning. It was awesome. Jace says you all and Cuban. Jace has that memorized now, and awesome. Jace will be right back. Burpees at 994. I've been quite given the term Christ consciousness an awful lot of thought lately. Of course, I also like to say Krishna consciousness or just consciousness itself. But I think it's because of my recent re-immersion in A Course in Miracles, which is cloaked in Christian terminology. Christ consciousness has just come to play. But it's the same thing, guys. Everyone's saying hi, which is awesome to see. Our friend Just One Sue is back. Sue, how are you? What's new along the Susquehanna, my friend? Squirrel has been filming some super, super crazy squirrels. I think she sits down and has a morning cup of coffee with them because these are some hyper caffeinated squirrels. Cuban Crisis says, peace to Optima. Jace says he sent a test email, and I just happen to have my email up. And there it is, Jace. Awesome. Thank you, Jace. So instead of taking a break and sending a reply, I'm just going to let Jace know I received it. We're good to go, my friend. Jace, what about you? Hey, if anyone is on any social media and they want to hang out, again, specifically Facebook, although people put up some really great stuff on Instagram, Facebook just seems more family and friend orientated. So if you guys are on Facebook and just want to hang out anytime, let me know. Look me up. Cuban says, man, this is a polite chat. That's rare on YouTube. We have our moments, but it's all handled with a certain amount of grace, I think. I'm sorry. Eric, how are you today, my brother? Good, Liam. I'm doing really good. How about you? Adam says, yeah, each teaching has a symbols to describe the actual. Man, that's perfectly said. And that's the way it's supposed to be. However, we always confuse the symbols with the actuality. And that has to be this way, which is why you have religious wars and why you have theological, not just, I don't even see why I have a theological debate, because again, you're debating symbols and not the actuality. I love the way you describe that and not describe the actual, because it opens it up to using that word actuality. The symbols aren't the thing. This is why the beginning of the Tao Te Ching says the Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. That's why A Course in Miracles says words are but symbols of symbols twice removed. And yet we go on to argue about the symbols. Optimov says, Cuban, that is what I like at Eric's live streams. So we watch from Switzerland. Thank you for that, Timo. We worked through some bumps. There were some times when things got a little rambunctious, but my thoughts, you don't fight the rambunctious, because you just lend energy to it. You sort of let it play through. You take care of the people here that have a conversation. You don't want anyone being singled out and being hurt, but you just let that energy play through. Mir says, so Yogi, some time break for burpee. He drink water, then start burpees. Understandable. Liam says, best I can be at the moment. That's where we find ourselves, my friend. Evan is just about to go camping. Awesome. Hope you're having perfect weather for camping. Some of my best times in my life, camping and backpacking, ultra running. Ultra running is basically just camping without a tent. And you don't stop. Liam says, very true. Perception and reality are similar, but very, very different, I believe. I can offer you where yoga, Buddhism, and A Course in Miracles come together. That perception is how we shape the world from the actuality itself, but it's never, ever the actuality. It's a projection, that our projections make our perception, and we live within the perception. And at the very same time, the reality, which is always and only love, always and only absolute acceptance, goes unnoticed. I always use the example of my desk being solid, being a desk. I got stuff on it, I got my camera on it, but if I were to take the desk apart, it would be parts of a desk. And if I were to examine that desk under a very powerful microscope, I would see molecules, I would see atoms, I would see particles, and then I would see absolute emptiness. The allowing space for all of that to take place, and some unseen as of now energy that holds it all together. That's the ultimate reality. The desk itself is an aspect, a perception of reality. So the entire time I'm at my desk, I pound my desk, I stub my toe on my desk, I'm actually never in contact with the actuality of the desk unless I draw my attention to it, which we can. And we do that in meditation, we do that in deep prayer work, we do that by being out in nature. Let's see, our friend Alana is here. Says, hi there, my friend. How are you doing today? My name is Donna, and I'm 47 years old. Alana, it's nice to see you, my friend. I hope everything is well with you. Jay says, Eric, cuteness overload sent. Cuteness overload sent. Clyde is 7 weeks. Bonnie is 2 weeks. They have been together 1 week. Now I'm looking forward to seeing that. I will be checking this out as soon as we end the live stream. Jacob drops the link for Evan. Thank you for that. Jay says, Lana, welcome. Alana says, I am back. Hey, I hope everyone took the opportunity to subscribe to each other, check out each other's links. I don't have his link handy. Let me go back to the beginning of the conversation if I can. I can't right now. Sorry. Our friend Laradox is really looking hard to get to 600 subs. And our friend the Burpee Reaper is well deserving of 1,000 subscribers. He's not pushing. He's at 995, so 5 to go. He's not pushing hard for it, but he would like for it to happen. And again, he's deserving of it to happen. So if anyone would like to. Speed says, sorry I was distracted, but I'm back now. Welcome back, my friend. Rear says, where's Burpee Reaper, sir? He did a live stream earlier. Hey, Jacob. You got a way of texting Reaper? At one time, let's see. If you want to start, Mir, we can go ahead. It would be great to have him here. but man, it would just be, it's great to get him there. And who knows, maybe he will uh, make an appearance. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to his community page. Maybe he'll see this. One second, guys. All right, let me jump back in. Yoel says, in the awareness of the actual, one mostly loses the sense of separation, feeling the oneness. 100%. Yoel, you ever heard of Douglas Adams and the Headless Way? He gives you his experiments, how to, at any moment, experience the actual by pointing in the right direction. We look for the actual by looking outwards, and of course, all we see is objects. We see the perception of the actual itself. However, if we reverse and we look this way, we look for the seer, the original seer, then we find the actuality of it all. Mir says, let's go. I left a message on his Sunday live stream announcement. He also says, I'll look him up. Yeah, he has he passed away in 2006 or 2007 at the age of 96. He discovered what he called his headless nature, which is the Zen state. Pure awareness, nothingness, the headless state that allows everything to exist without interference, seamless. World War II, he was in India. Very curious person, and he had a satori, an instant awakening, and spent the rest of his life exploring it and teaching it. His student, Richard Lang, who is the one who showed me the pointing experiments online. I have not met him in person. Has a wonderful The Headless Way YouTube channel, all the experiments laid out. Ria, I know we went through this last time, and I'm making the same mistake. Says, hey, hello, my friend. You all says, okay, I think I found him. Man, you'll love the experiments. Our friend Jerry is here. Jerry says, hey, Mr. Eric, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Hey, I've been waiting to hear from you on Instagram. You all says, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Jerry says, India, what were you saying? Douglas Harding, who was a British architect, soon to be mystic, was stationed in India during World War II in the mountains, in the Himalaya mountains. If you're going to have a mystical experience, if you're going to have a awakening experience, the Himalaya mountains are the place to do it. It is steeped in mystery and mysticism. Steeped, you're on the rooftop of the world. You're as close to God as you can possibly get. Jay says, you have Insta Eric? I do. Same thing, Eric McCarty. Don't spend, I check it out, probably on a daily basis, but I don't really post a whole lot anymore, every so often. I was doing some evening live streaming there, and I switched it over to just doing it here. Jerry says, I'm so sorry, Eric. I was in hospital taking care of my friend. Uh, he met with an accident. Well, this is not the place to talk about, but I was a bit entangled. I'm sorry. No need to apologize, my friend. You were doing exactly what you should have been doing. Let's see. Jared says to call you. Whatever. Make sure you take care of your friend. Make sure you take care of yourself. Raya says, which place you in India, mysterious and close to God? You might say all of India. I was thinking particularly the Himalayan or Himalayan, whichever way you want to say it, mountains. But of course, some of the great saints and rishis and seers have come from southern India as well. I believe Ramana Maharshi was in southern India. I might be mistaken. Nisargadatta Maharaj is in Calcutta. Jerry says too, Raya, are you in upstate New York or in India? Damn waves at Cuban crisis. 999. One more to go. Raya is currently in India. Nice. Guys, I'm going to step away for 1 minute. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to get a little bit of water too. Ahmed Cap says, let's go for 1K Burpee Reaper. This is the moment we've been waiting for, guys. 1 second, guys. Hey, Leo's here. Leo said, much love, Brother Yogi. Good afternoon to you, my guy. Hey, Leo, can you get in touch with Reaper and let him know, if possible, he's about to hit the 1K mark. He's about to get his 1,000 subscribers. He's at 999. Mir's working on it, so it's going to happen in just a minute. 1 second, guys. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Jay says Leo's in the house. Leo's rest week is almost over. I know he's been looking forward to this. Ready to dive deep back into the game. Jerry says, Ryan, nice to meet you. I'm in India too. How about you? Ryan says, where are you now, Jerry? Leo says, I'll tell him. Awesome. Jerry says, guys, where is Bumblebee? She's probably resting. She's been in the hospital for quite some time now. Getting better, slow going. So yeah, hopefully now she's probably resting. She's been popping in on the evening live streams. So like 15 more minutes, we'll probably call it a day, but I'll be back in about 2.5 hours. So if you happen to come by then, she'll be hanging out, hopefully. Leo says, what's up, Yogi family? Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you, Leo. I bet you Leo has some big plans for next week. I know he has big plans for next week. He's got a weight vest to put on and run with. Not run as in running, but run as in tons of reps. And I think he's going full bore. He's got a 30-pound vest, and he's not starting off with 5. He's not starting out with 10. He's not starting out with 20. He's going right to the 30, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Jerry says, yeah, that's why I'm asking if she is doing great and well now. Thank you, Jerry. I'll pass it on to her. We're supposed to talk sometime this weekend, today or tomorrow. That's awesome that you remembered that. Right, says, who is Bumblebee? Bumblebee. She is a good friend of ours. She's here fairly often, almost every day, at one of the live streams. Sometimes, a day or two off. Everyone needs a day or two off from just a Yogi doing burpees in his basement. Let's give a quick check here. We are still at 999. Leo says, LMAO, I'm going to listen to my body and see if my elbow needs more time. Honestly, smart move. Still in some pain, so don't want to push my luck and end up worse just for weighted reps. And I mentioned before that the vest itself changes the nature of the movement. You find that you might start doing a little bit wider. For some people, if you look at videos from Busy Dad, Max Edwards, his form changed quite a bit. And it did lead to some issues. So, man, really smart, Leo. Smart thinking. Jerry says, she is part of the family, my dear. She is awesome and definitely will be absolutely fine. You'll love her kindness when she will be here. Beautifully said, Jerry. Beautifully said. I love that. Let's see. Raya says, why your name is Show and Yogi? Can you explain? You mean my real name? Or why did I pick just a Yogi? I picked just a Yogi. I teach meditation. I teach breath work. I've practiced yoga forever. I do have a 200-hour. I'm a breathwork coach, certified meditation instructor, and I do have my 200-hour yoga teaching certificate. I don't rightly consider myself a teacher of the asanas, although I practice them. I consider myself just a yogi, just a guy who does yoga. Sorry. And that's why I did the just a yogi. Let's see. Cuban Crisis says, I apologize. What is your Facebook again? I'm going to see if this works. That's my Facebook page. Leo says, have a great day, Yogi. Just did my 3 miles with the vest. Time to get those burpees out of the way. Awesome. Be wrapping this up relatively soon, so hopefully we'll be able to catch you. Jerry says, sometimes he do magic. That's why we call him Yogi. Sometimes we all do magic. In our own ways, we are all yogis, that's for sure. You all says, yeah, it shifts center of gravity a lot. Yeah, it does. And I don't think people realize that, and they inadvertently shift their body to compensate for that, and that's when it causes some issues. Jerry says, have a good one, Leo. Take it easy and smash it. Leo always does, that's for sure. Let's see. Ria says, so you're supposed to be Yogi Baba. Just kidding. Just a yogi. Plain old, everyday, run-of-the-mill yogi in his basement. Optimov says it works, Eric. Thank you, Timo. We're going to check on Reaper again in just a bit. We're still at 999. So I just got a message from our friend. Thank you for that. I just want to reply. Otherwise, sometimes it inadvertently blocks it. It's from people that you don't know, but if you send a message, then it opens it up. I mentioned before what I like about Facebook is the connection just feels a bit deeper. You know what I mean? We have a conversation talking here, but it's just me talking in front of the camera. But on, YouTube, now we get to know each other on a deep friend level. Optimob says it's Eric McCarty. Jerry says, by the way, Miss Eric, if you could let me know how I'm doing. I mean, I just started writing again after years. So what we rate it, and if possible, you can let me know how's the captions and stuff. I will. Oh, Jason sent a Facebook request also. Awesome. I'm looking forward to connecting with both of you guys. One second here. Jerry, definitely. I'm definitely to help. I'll be honest with you. I'm not much for offering critiques. I never feel that that's my place. But I will definitely let you know how I like things. Man, if I could bring up Instagram right now, which I don't think I can on my desktop right now. The last thing that I replied to that you wrote was absolutely awesome. I loved it. Jacob's dropping some links. Thank you, Jacob. So we're going to hang in there for just a few more minutes and see if we're getting Reaper up to 1,000. Jace has to pop out. We'll try to catch the later stream. Thank you, Jace. I appreciate you being here. You have a great day too. Hope you guys are subscribed to Jace, as well as Optimob, as well as Leo Stidso. I believe I'm subscribed to everyone here. I hope so. I know I'm subscribed to Jerry, and I believe I subscribed to Cuban earlier today. Let me make sure, just 100%. I am. Let's see. How much you'll rate the lines? Believe me, it takes me days to write something very deep. Out of 10, how much would you rate it? Let's see, Jerry. I want to refresh. I'm going to see if I can get up my Instagram page here. Normally I do it on my phone. just a moment. Well, I learned a lot from my mistakes, so I decided to make more mistakes to learn. I like that because it was meaningful, it was deep, and it was humorous. It was funny at the same time. Um, Honestly, I'd give it an 8 to a 9. And I absolutely love this. Was one that I replied to. Um, do more things that make you forget to check your phone. That was just a beautiful insight. 10. 10 out of 10. 10 being the highest. 10 out of 10, my friend. Showing emotion doesn't make you a weak person. That seemed to hit a lot of people. I'm going to give that a 10 as well. I'm giving your message, the message that you put out there, a definite 10. Because you're putting out a beautiful and positive message. I love the visual, how you set it up. I love brevity. I love writing things and things. I love writing things and reading things that are brief and yet capture an infinite amount in their very briefness. And that's what you're doing. And you capture it with beautiful imagery. So, man, I'm going to give you a 9. I'm tempted to say 10 because I honestly think it is a 10. But when you say 9, it gives that little bit of room for us to maneuver in, knowing that we can always keep perfecting it. I always think about the words that I use when I write. Is everything needed? Is everything making the point, or am I adding excess to it for the sake of excess? Does it serve a purpose, or is it just extra? And I don't want extra in what I'm writing. I want the bare essence. And you're doing that. You're catching that bare essence. Very admirable, very beautiful. Jared says, thank you, Mr. Eric. That means a lot. Thank you so much. You're welcome, my friend. And I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate that message. Jacob says, guys, my brother Burpee Reaper needs 1 more subscriber, plus 2 or 3 to be on the safe side. Thank you for that, Jacob. Mir says, White Man and Lab Coat is off a few misfields. Is that what that says? Jerry says the captain's people never read it. God knows why. It's hard to capture people's attention sometimes, even when you're just blasting out beauty and truth. Sometimes it's just hard. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why people scroll over, because it hits so deep. Jacob says, I'm ready, Brother Mir. Get Brother Reaper to 1K. Definitely. Now is the time. We sent out the message for him. Hopefully he'll get it. But if not, he'll still be there. It would be super cool if he was here. But the important thing is getting that 1K. Jacob drops a link for our friend Mir. Mir is someone that just does so much for so many people, as is Jacob. Mir has been putting out a ton of shorts. Everyone, high quality. Everyone showcasing nature, especially those birds of prey. No one does it better than our friend Mir. Jacob says he texted him and he knows. Awesome. So any moment, we're going to hit that big number. So I remember hitting 1,000K. And it really did feel like a big deal. I wanted it because I wanted to earn an income through my creativity, specifically on YouTube, as well as my blog from my writing. That's definitely harder because you got to click on an actual link in order to see the ads. People don't click on links to see ads. They just don't. I've had my blog for 26 years. I've written every single day for 26 years without missing a day. As well, it's been monetized for probably 10 years. Cuban Crisis says, are you going live later today? Yep, I'll be going live a little after 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, US time. So about 2.5 hours or so. So yeah, I make a little bit here and there on the blog, but enough to buy me some coffee on occasion, sometimes a book on occasion. But I had higher hopes for YouTube, so I hit that 1K mark, and then I realized how difficult it was to get those watch hours. That 1K can come fairly easily for a lot of people, especially once you figure out how to do it, if you work for it. Meaning you go to channels that really help you grow your audience by reaching out to them. So you're no longer putting the focus on yourself. Now you're there to help other people. And once you start doing that, everything changes. One thing I figured out, it's absolutely the same thing with watch hours. You give watch hours to other people. And now I'm in a wonderful position. I have my watch hours. My channel's monetized. I get to sit here and put people up and give them watch hours all through the day. Our friend Ivy I have her up and running. She told me she was at 2,100, so she needs 900 more watch hours. I'd like to get that by January, I think she said. Our friend Jace is gaining subscribers, and I suspect he's going to hit 1,000 soon. I think he's going to make a big quantum jump in numbers. So I'd love to get him more watch hours. Optimob is closing in on 2,000, on 2K. Well deserved. So I got them up in order to get some watch hours. Guys, if you're growing your channel, if there's something that you want, let us know. I'm happy to help. Not only that, everyone here is going to be happy to help you. Just because that's who they are. They like helping. So is everyone here subscribed to Reaper? Because he only needs one more, guys. That's what Jacob says. Subscribe to Brother Reaper if you haven't yet. There's his link. Hey, I'm not sure how to do this. I'm going to see if this works. Hey, Jerry. Do you mind if I drop your Instagram link here? If you guys want to support our friend Jerry and his beautiful work, he's putting out a positive message on his Instagram page. once we hit that 1K mark, we're going to shut things down for the afternoon. I think Mir says that he's going to do a premiere. So I want to make sure that we catch that. Eventually I'll figure out, probably, maybe, I'll figure out how to do a premiere. Oh, hey, you know what? I was talking about growing channels, getting monetized, things I like to do, directions I like to head. And today I actually got notified from my bank. I got my very first YouTube paycheck ever. Been monetized. I got the first level, that 3,000, May 20th, and then a little less than a month, I hit the 4,000. So I've been fully monetized since mid-June or late June. I think like June 17th or 18th. And there it is, 1K. The Burpee Reaper is at 1,000 subscribers. Couldn't happen to a greater guy. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Couldn't happen to a harder trainer, that's for sure. No one puts in more work than the Burpee Reaper. And our friend Mir and Jacob, their support, helping a brother out. Jerry says, congratulations. Thank you for that, Jerry. Eric Point says, nice. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I was thinking it might happen today. And then when Mir showed up, I was like, yep, it's going to happen today. Eric Point says, was the pay good, Yogi? It was pretty good. Now, this was part of May, just the last week of May and June. So, you know, I don't know if that's going to be near the same every month for now, but we'll see. I'm working on it. I'll let you know. I don't keep anything secret really. $225 for a very first YouTube paycheck. Honestly, it feels like manifestation. That from the intent, from creativity itself, from inspiration, $225 was materialized in my bank account. How awesome is that? Just from pure imagination of showing up every day and talking about whatever, of taking what nature gives me and catching it in 15 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute. A half-naked old guy doing an obscure exercise in his basement. $225 that I didn't have is now in my account. I should go buy some pancakes and celebrate. We'll see. I doubt that I will, but I should. So yeah. So a big thank you. I would not have done that if it wasn't for each and every single one of you guys. Here's the thing. Things like that, things like a YouTube paycheck, things like 1,000K subscribers, we don't do that on our own. Do that as a community, and you build that community. The right people show up, and the right people help you, and then you get to be the right person for someone else. Mir is the right person for so many people. Same with Jacob, same with Eric Lapointe. So, man, if I had a wish for everyone who shows up here, regardless of what you're trying to do, if you're putting out a beautiful message on Instagram and you want to grow your audience, wherever and whatever, my wish for you, those right people show up. And my wish is that you will be the right person for someone else. Jacob says, Mir says, thanks, Sir Yogi and all brothers. Thank you, Mir. Jacob says, you're very welcome. You guys did it. Absolutely awesome. Big shout out. Big shout out. Big salute. Burpee Reaper. Big shout out. Big salute to Mir. Big shout out. Big salute to Jacob. And big shout out to and salute to our friend Eric LaPointe, as well as all of our new friends here. Sort of some big things. With that, guys, I think we are going to wrap things up for the afternoon. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to make something to eat. Thank you for dropping that link. Keep an eye out for Mir and his work. Let's make sure that we keep, I know everyone is, but not only are we, do we want to support Mir, but we want to get other people to support Mir as well. So, hey, share him out. Like his stuff, leave a comment. It's important to leave a comment because that catches the algorithm attention. So watch it through, leave a comment, and if at all possible, share it out. Mir says, another great live. Thank you, Eric LaPointe. You are the guys that make it great and make it worth showing up every day, 3 times a day. Mir says, second one in Sir Yogi live stream. Second 1K, that's true. Eric LaPointe got his 1K here. Other people have gotten their big numbers. Our friend Dottie got 200. Joe got her 500 here. And now Reaper with 1,000. I absolutely love that. Mir, feel free to pick your next target. Who's it going to be? And what's the number? Brian Lane is awful close to 1,000. I think he was at 823. Just putting it out there. All right. Mir says, Eric, start the premiere, man. Let's be there, guys. Mir says, get ready, Eric. That's time. All right. I got you up right here. I'm going to click on your homepage. We're going to see what's up. All right, guys. If you're around, let's support our friend Mir. Thanks, everyone. I will see you over there, and I will see you later. Take care, guys.